Hello, I'm Cheryl Scully, your city manager. There are many qualities that I value in the workplace. First and foremost is integrity. I want to ensure that every city employee has a better understanding of what is expected as an employee of the city. For this reason, the city provides ethics training to all employees. This video highlights the city's code of ethics and encourages employees to exercise good judgment in the workplace. The City of San Antonio adopted a code of ethics to establish high standards of conduct for current and former employees, city officials, lobbyists, and individuals that conduct business with the City of San Antonio. Our city's code of ethics, presented through various scenarios in this video, helps us to make the right decisions when faced with an ethical situation. Our code of ethics was also developed to guide each of us when we are faced with reporting the unethical behavior of a coworker or an individual or organization that conducts business with the city. During each of our workdays, we have an individual obligation to serve our organization and the public with fairness and respect. Ethics is at the heart of solid leadership. I trust that this video presentation of the city's code of ethics will help each employee to become a model ethical leader in our city organization.
I'm Kamala Kunow with the Office of the City Attorney.
And I'm Edward Guzman, also with the Office of the City Attorney.
Have you ever seen a fellow employee who tried to do the right thing, but that thing turned out to be wrong?
Maybe you've read or seen a news story about public officials and government employees who are accused of having conflicts of interest or misusing public property.
The City of San Antonio offers guidance to its employees on these ethical issues through the standards of conduct set out in our Ethics Code. We'd like to give you an overview of the Ethics Code rules that every employee is responsible for knowing.
The Office of the City Attorney receives many questions about gifts, so let's start there. There are two basic rules. First, city employees cannot accept gifts when the reason for giving the gift is to reward or influence that employee in doing their job.
The second rule limits what type of gifts city employees may receive from three particular types of people: someone who is doing or seeking to do business with the city, a registered lobbyist, or someone who is seeking a zoning or plating decision. If the gift is from one of these three types of people, the employee must be aware that there are restrictions that will apply regardless of what the reason is for giving the gift.
Hi Anita, thanks for meeting me on such short notice. I'm glad I could have a chance to go over our new product line with you today.
No problem, Mark. You know we really want to get some new office furniture. Wow, the prices are a little expensive at this restaurant.
Don't worry about it. My expense account will cover this business lunch. Have you had a chance to go over our new catalog?
You know, I have, and I really love the mahogany desks and the leather chairs, but I don't think that our budget can cover that cost right now. I'm looking more at the velour chairs and the oak desks.
Well, the mahogany and leather will be going on sale next week, so if you can hold off until then, prices will still be a little higher, but the quality's far greater.
I don't know, Mark.
And if you go with the leather and mahogany, I might be able to get you a 50% discount on a purchase for yourself. Are you in the market for some nice furniture for your house?
You know, I really don't feel comfortable taking a personal discount from a vendor who's doing business with the city.
Don't worry about it. We like to offer these discounts to people who are going to purchase our furniture so they can become more familiar with our products and services. Oh, and I'd like to give you this nice desk calendar that has our email address and phone number on each page.
Anita has several questions here. Is it okay to accept a lunch? Does it matter how much the lunch costs? And what about that personal discount the salesman is offering her? He offers it to all the buyers, but can this buyer, Anita, accept? And what about that calendar?
The first rule is that an employee cannot accept a gift where the intent of the gift is to reward or influence the employee in the way they do their job. There are no exceptions to this rule. In this case, the salesman is offering Anita a substantial personal discount in direct exchange for her decision to make a particular purchase. This would violate the city's ethics code.
The lunch itself and the calendar do not appear to be directly tied to Anita's decision on making a purchase, but they are gifts from someone who clearly wants to do business with the city. So the second rule, which limits gifts a city employee can accept from someone who would like to do business with the city, would apply here. The second rule has exceptions, which allow a city employee to accept some gifts. Some of the more common exceptions are meals up to $50, with no more than $500 in a year from a particular person or organization, items of nominal value up to $50, and admission to a charity event provided by the sponsor of the event.
So Anita may accept the meal, but only up to $50. She may also accept that calendar as an item of nominal or little value. Anita may also choose to pay for the meal herself. Please note that some employees who accept gifts may be required to report these gifts on an annual financial disclosure or gift report. Your supervisor will let you know whether you're required to file these reports.
There are some other exceptions to the restrictions on gifts from city vendors, lobbyists, and people seeking zoning or plating decisions. Employees can accept free or reduced admission to trainings or other events, such as conferences or receptions, which relate to their official duties for the city.
If a person or organization outside the city pays for business-related travel expenses, such as an airline ticket, accommodations, or admission to an event, all city personnel must turn in a travel report to the office of the city clerk, listing the expenses and the person or organization who paid the expenses.
Please remember, you are always free to decline gifts. If you choose to accept a gift from someone seeking business with the city or the other people seeking action from the city, and you have questions about the rules or the reports, please contact the office of the city attorney.
Also, your department may have stricter rules regarding gifts. Please contact your department director or his or her representative for information about your department's policy.
Hey, are you ready for the Spurs game tonight?
Oh, I think it's a must-win for the Spurs. I think if they win tonight, it's gonna close out the series, and they need it. They really need it.
Hey guys, how's it going today?
Hey, how you doing?
How about y'all?
Pretty good. I'm so glad to see that our potholes are finally getting fixed.
Yeah, we're nearly through here, sir.
Man, it's so hot outside today. I really don't know how you guys do it. Are you guys going to be able to catch the game tonight after work?
Heck yeah, woo! We're both Spurs fans.
So are we. We even scored tickets to tonight's game.
Well, we have tickets, but we're not able to go because the in-laws are coming to town.
Tonight instead of tomorrow, but don't complain, you're getting to watch the game on TV.
Well, I guess at least our potholes are getting fixed. Hey, maybe since we're not going to be able to go to the game tonight, you guys would like to go in our place.
Thanks for the offer. We really appreciate it, but we're not allowed to accept any gifts.
Are you guys sure? I mean, y'all work so fast and the street looks great.
Thanks, ma'am. I'm pretty sure the game will be great on TV. I'm sorry you guys can't see it live.
Either way, we really appreciate the hard work. Looks like they're going to the neighbors.
Thanks for the
Thanks
offer,
for the
though.
offer, guys.
Thanks.
God, that would have been great. That would have been nice. Too bad we can't go to the game.
The city's ethics code also sets out rules regarding conflicts of interest.
Under the Ethics Code, a city employee cannot take part in any matter that may affect his or her financial interests, or the financial interests of family or household members, their businesses, or their employers. It also extends to anyone you're talking with about a business or employment opportunity. If the matter could affect the financial interests of any of these individuals or organizations, you have a conflict and you must recuse yourself.
This means you must tell your supervisor you have a conflict and that the matter will need to be assigned to another employee. You must also file a form with the office of the city clerk to show that you are no longer handling the matter.
Karen, I'd like for you to work on this application for funding the Kids Summer Playhouse. It looks like it's a great program, but we need to make sure that all the necessary paperwork is submitted.
Joe, I'd really like to help you with this because I know you're short-handed this week, but I won't be able to help you with this file. You see, my sister works for this organization during the summer as one of the assistants, and she'd probably get paid with the money from this program. I better file one of those recusal forms and file it with the office of the city clerk.
Oh, well, thanks for letting me know.
Sure.
Didn't know that.
Karen recognized that even though her work on the summer program application would not affect her directly, it would affect her family member and therefore cause her, Karen, to have a conflict of interest.
The city has another rule which requires employees to treat everyone fairly by prohibiting employees from unfairly helping or hurting someone's private interests. Basically, decisions for the city must be based on the merits and not on personal considerations or preferences.
This rule also provides that employees cannot get an interest in some matter that's pending before the city, nor can we engage in reciprocal favors where you'll do something for someone in exchange for them doing something for you. This rule also prohibits employees from being involved in the hiring or supervision of relatives.
Oh, hey, Ken, how's it going? How are the wife and kids? You're looking nice today.
Well, thanks for noticing, Jill, but we need to talk about these violations that you've got here. You know, you've got bare electrical wires hanging out next to the sink in the men's room, and there's a huge beehive in the ladies' room, and your grass is overgrown, and what's the deal with that washing machine out front? Does that thing even work?
Well, the washing machine doesn't work, but I'm going to use it as a planter. And I wouldn't say the grass is overgrown. We're trying out that xeriscaping, you know, plants that don't need a lot of water, that give you a nice natural landscape.
Zero escaping. Right. Well, unfortunately today I might have to give you a citation.
Oh, do you have to do that today?
As a matter of fact, I do. I gave you a warning last week and you haven't changed any of these violations.
Oh, come on. Let me buy you lunch and we can talk about my plans to fix these things. Oh, and your cousin came by the other day to see if we had any openings. Maybe if you hold off, I can bring him on to help me fix this stuff.
Jill, I really like you, but please get these taken care of as soon as possible. Thanks.
This employee, the inspector, recognized that overlooking all the problems at this business wouldn't be fair to other business owners. He did not allow his friendship with this business owner to give that person an advantage that others would not get. Again, decisions for the city should be based on the merits and not on personal considerations or preferences.
Many employees are trusted with information or records which are sensitive or confidential. City employees cannot release or provide information that is considered confidential. In some instances, release of such information can also be a violation of criminal law.
All employees are also entrusted with city property to do their jobs, such as cars, trucks, computers, and telephones. And of course, the most important city resource, the employee's on-duty time. City employees cannot use or allow the use of city facilities, equipment, supplies, or their duty time for private purposes.
Of course, employees are permitted breaks or short periods of time to attend to personal business, such as calling to make a doctor's appointment or arranging childcare. But the use of city time or property for personal reasons should be very limited.
Hey Max.
Hey,
Can
David.
you help me unplug this projector? I need to get it into my car.
Sure. You have a presentation this weekend?
No, I'm having a party. I want to project my TV on this 12-foot wall that I have. They're showing reruns of the WWF Wrestling Championships. I love that Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, he's pretty cool, but are you sure that's a good idea?
Why? I'm going to bring it all back. It's not going to cost the city anything. And besides, I've been on eBay for the last 3 days looking for a cheap projector, and I haven't found anything I can afford.
I don't know if it's such a good idea. I think you should probably think about that. And besides, I start my second job this weekend, so I probably won't be able to make it.
Maybe you're right. I guess I could go to my brother's. He's got a big screen TV. Well, thanks anyway.
Yeah.
Max is right. David's plan to use the city's equipment for his party, as well as his online shopping, would be a violation of the ethics code, regardless of whether it costs the city any money. But does Max himself have an ethics code problem with this second job? The ethics code prohibits employees from accepting outside employment that is related to or that might impair their performance of their city job.
So Max, what's this about a second job?
Yeah, I just started with a second company. They have a contract with the city. And then when I start there, I'm going to be doing the hardware and software installations because I know my way around already.
Well, under the personnel rules, you have to get written approval from the department director if you want to take a job outside the city.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I also don't think you're allowed to take a job that so closely relates to what you do here.
When I get back, I'll check with the director and see what he says. And then maybe I'll check with my new supervisor and see if I can work for a different section that's not related to the city.
That's a good idea. You should probably check with the city attorney's office too, just to be sure.
Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know.
No problem.
If you wish to accept other employment outside the city, make sure you let your supervisor know and make sure you get their written approval. If the job is similar or relates somehow to the work you're doing for the city, you should also contact the city attorney's office.
All employees of the city enjoy the right to appear before the city to express opinions or take care of personal matters. However, employees of the city cannot accept payment from others to represent their interests before the city.
For example, an employee of the Parks Department may wish to appear at a city council meeting to express his opinion on a proposed park project. That employee, however, could not accept payment from a neighborhood association or other group to make that presentation.
Some employees may want to get involved in political activity. Employees should be aware, however, that the city charter, personnel rules, and the directives of the city manager limit involvement in political activity, especially in connection with campaigns for city council elections. If you have questions about political activity, please ask your supervisor or the office of the city attorney.
For many members of the management level staff, the city charter and the ethics code impose an additional restriction. In short, any staff member required to turn in financial disclosure statements cannot have an interest in a contract with the city. This extends to contracts between the city and the staff member's immediate family or businesses owned by the staff member or their family. The penalty for a willful violation of this provision is the forfeiture of the city position. The contract may also be voided.
Even when an employee leaves city service, the ethics code will affect how that former employee may interact with the city. These are called revolving door rules. First, former employees must continue to keep confidential information confidential. Former employees cannot appear before the city on behalf of a client or private employer for a period of 2 years after leaving their city job. Former employees also cannot work on contracts that they were involved with while working for the city for 2 years after leaving city service.
This video is intended to serve as an introduction to the city's ethics code. We recommend that you read the entire code. It's available on the city's webpage. The city attorney's office will also provide training upon request. If you have any questions, you're welcome to contact the office of the city attorney and speak with the ethics staff.
Hi Anita, I wanted to thank you for your prompt and courteous work in our office contract. I know your staff will really enjoy the furniture, and I hope you enjoy this token of our appreciation.
Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome.